Hey guys, welcome back. Now that you guys have practiced your three-dimensional lunge matrix, what we're going to do is add a little weight to that. We're going to add some weight in order to identify using our core a little bit more throughout our motions, and we're going to utilize that weight, in this case, overhead. Okay, so to start, we have a medicine ball that's just 6 pounds. I have a 15-pound dumbbell. Start light, but that's all I had here today. Or if you don't have any weights at home, grab a big water bottle or a milk jug. So this is a 40-ounce water bottle, which is just a little over 2 pounds when it's full. So I can still do some weighted exercise by just using a weighted water bottle or a milk jug. A milk jug, technically when full, weighs 8 pounds. So you guys can, so your milk jug actually weighs more than this medicine ball if it's full. Okay. So one of the things that we learned last time regarding 3 dimensions was that there's that forward, backward, which is the sagittal plane, side to side, which is our frontal plane, and then twisting or rotation is our transverse plane. So we are going to start with our basic 2-foot stance here, and we're going to reach overhead. Okay, so for example, we're just starting with our 3 dimensions, but we're going overhead. Okay, so we're going to go from chest to overhead going forward, chest to overhead going backward, chest to overhead going sideways, chest to overhead other side, chest to overhead rotate, chest to overhead rotate. I'm going to try to keep my feet at home here and then come back. Good job. Our progression of that is going to be that we are going to be on one leg. So this is a balance challenge. If you can't quite get the one leg, go ahead and do a toe touch. We're going to go ahead and do a forward reach, back to chest, overhead, back, side to chest, overhead. Whoop, I need a toe touch. Side and rotate and rotate. Good. Switch legs. Balance on that left leg. Toe touch if you need it, no touch if you don't. Chest to overhead forward, chest to overhead back, chest to overhead side, side, rotate, and roll. Good job, guys. Now, the other component we learned was a lunge position. So now we're going to go into our lunge. It doesn't matter how far you go to start. I just want you guys to learn these concepts. So if you really are good at this, you can go ahead and hover all the way, not touching the ground, but in your forward lunge all the way down. So whatever level you're at, if you don't need to be up here, go for it. So we're going to do chest overhead forward, chest overhead back, chest overhead side, side. And you guys see how we're loading our core muscles by putting some weight outside of our base of support. So we're loading some of those muscles. We're going to go ahead and switch legs. Again, whatever lunge you want. Chest overhead forward, chest overhead back, chest overhead side, chest overhead side, rotate, and rotate. Okay. We learned some other lunges the other day. We did forward, we did backwards, we did side, and we did rotation. So now what we're going to do is do a side lunge. So we're going to weight shift to that right side. 70% of my weight is now on my right leg. And I'm going to go chest to overhead forward, chest to overhead back, side, side, rotate, rotate, and I'm going to come back home. Left leg's going to go out into a side lunge, chest to overhead, side, side, rotate, and rotate. And again, if you're pretty good at this, go ahead and get down pretty low here. and you're going to feel those hips open up a little bit more. Our last direction of our lunge is the transverse plane. So what we're going to do here is just open up about 90 degrees in terms of our foot position. And we're going to go ahead and go chest to overhead, forward, backward, side, side, and rotate. So my left foot's at home, my right foot turned. I'm ready to now. And right there, you're going to feel those hips work a little bit different as compared to some of those other positions. Side, side, rotate, rotate, back home, left leg 90 degrees, forward, back, side, side, rotate, and rotate. So there you guys got a little bit of an arm workout, but more so, when we put that weight overhead, we're finding that we have to work all of these core muscles. So when we're talking about sports activities, we want our core to work in these ways where we are actually, say, hitting a volleyball, or we're stretching to swing at a bat, or at a golf club or a golf ball. If we're trying to shoot in basketball, we're not shortening and doing crunches. We're activating, loading these muscles, and then exploding those muscles. So think of any sort of weight that you can find. You can think of reaching up overhead, getting long, and then we're working all of these core muscles in that way. Come back to our previous video where we talked about our transversus abdominus muscles just lying down. Remember to still practice that while we're doing these, engaging those lower abdominal muscles so that we're not just going through the motions, but that we are actually engaging through there, so then as we lengthen, we're stabilizing at the same time. Okay, that's a great overhead three-dimensional core loading today. So we're going to go through some more core stabilization and some follow-up visits, or some follow-up videos. So stay tuned for that and enjoy your three-dimensional core loading. Thanks, guys.